right, Swifty Blue, how's it going?
It's going good, man. How about for yourself?
Man, good, man. Working, just staying busy, man. I just want to say, happy you're home. Don't like to see nobody locked up like that.
Man, tell me about it.
Just a little trip. I mean, what was it, like 6 months, 7 months or something?
Little walk in the park, yeah.
Little walk in the park, man. Well, I thought we'd get into your story, get to know you a little bit better for the fans. You've been, you're making a lot of noise. I know you got multiple videos, over 1 million views. Doing a lot of big things. Leading the way as far as like new artists with the biggest movements. I know you got your own label and everything, and I see you've been grinding, and you stay putting out music, man. So I thought we'd just get to know you a little bit better, man. For the people who don't know, where you out of?
I'm from Paramount. I'm out the city of Paramount, Los Angeles.
Okay, and what was it like for you growing up there?
It was I was born and raised, so it was like, I love my city, I love my section, and we got a lot of like potential in my city, so it was just like go hard or go home,
Okay, and did you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got a few sisters, and I got a brother.
Okay, and what are some struggles and stuff that you went through growing up in Paramount?
Well, shit. Growing up, if I wanted something, I had to get it by myself. I wasn't spoiled. I didn't have the best situation. So shit. That was pretty much something that kind of made me want more. But that was probably like the biggest struggle that we went through growing up. Had to get everything by myself. On my own type stuff, like stuff like that.
So you had to learn how to be a hustler from a young age.
Yeah, anything I wanted, I had to get it on my own. Like I wasn't spoiled. I didn't have, how some people got parents that they provide everything they need, and they get them everything they want. Well, it wasn't like that for us. Our parents they provide, but as much as they could, but it was the bare minimum. Like just a roof and something to eat. So anything else, we had to get it on our own. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like that helped you later on in life? Contribute to the success in your music?
Yeah, it helps you. It helps you. It makes you want more, and it makes you, you get accustomed to the lifestyle, to the hustle. So you stay hungry.
Yeah, definitely, man. So you said you had some brothers and sisters in your house. Did they, adapt to the same style and hustle and everything also?
Everybody, they had to find something to do at a young age to make money, to do whatever it is they wanted to do, or shit, buy clothes or anything, So everybody just had to find their own way to do things, Some of my sisters, they got jobs. So my brother, he was hustling, like he was hustling and shit, and everybody just had to get it on their own type shit.
How old were you when you got involved in the streets?
You know what? Shit. I've been running around the streets since I was youngin', but I started kicking it with some of the older homies. Like when I became a teenager, when I jumped off, when I stopped running around with the youngsters, with the little kids, and I started hanging out with the older kids, teenagers and shit. Then that's when I started hanging out with the older homies, and that's when I started, running around the streets more.
Okay, and what was it that made you want to get in the streets?
Well, nothing made me want to do it, but it's just like, the streets could be so, what's the word, like they'll suck you up, you won't even, your mindset will be somewhere else, but, like they say, you are who you hang out with, you are what you eat and stuff, so, you just start hanging out with a certain crowd, and all of a sudden, you catch yourself doing the same thing as the next motherfucker, and it's a wrap, just simple like that. You caught some new habits, and you doing different shit, different what you used to, you know. So stuff like that.
So I take it this was like a heavy influence, and the area you grew up in. It was a heavy. The streets and the gangs are a heavy influence on you,
You
or
know,
for everybody.
it's a factor. You know, it's a factor for sure. You know, there's it's there. You know, it's there, and it's hard. It's hard not to acknowledge it, or you know, it's hard to try to avoid it. You know, because it's there.
How old were you when you first got busted?
Um, I don't remember how old I was, but I was a juvenile for sure. I was a juvenile. I was you know young, probably like 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Serious case or just
None serious, never really. It was like vandalism or something.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. What was high school like for you?
Um, high school's interesting, you know, because I wasn't rapping in high school. I was really just like I was just like chilling and shit, going with the flow. But I was ditching and shit, and then I was at the time I was like just running amok, acting up. So it was real interesting, you know, because I feel like high school is very like important, you know, part of growing up, and I just feel like you know I should have done, I should have I should have took valued the time more, you know, I should have valued the time more, you know, like I shouldn't have took it for granted. Hey, but yeah, high school was, you know, it's pretty interesting. It was cool.
You went to Paramount High.
Paramount High, you know, and I got kicked out from Paramount High for fighting, and then yeah, from there I went to different continuation schools, but I graduated in camp.
What do you mean by camp? What's
Camp.
that?
I was in they 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 had sent me to camp. When I was a juvenile. I was in juvenile halls, and they sent me to camp. So that's why I graduated.
Okay. Oh, so you graduated in juvenile hall then?
Yeah, I graduated in camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned your brother
Yes.
was you guys were from the same neighborhood.
Yes.
What was that like?
Well, you know what? He was in prison most of my younger years. So it's like when I started hanging out with the neighborhood, he was still in prison. So when he came out, and then he sees that I'm running around with the hood and shit, then like you know I guess he kind of seen it coming, but he wasn't mad. He wasn't mad. Like you know at first he was like it is what it is, but you know he couldn't say nothing because you know he's the one who set the example for me, you know. So
He was already fully
yeah, exactly,
involved
exactly,
in,
exactly. So
so it wasn't really much, at
yeah,
that point.
exactly.
Was he like? Did he want it different for you?
Yeah, just like well, family always wants you to do better, you know. Family always wants you to do better, like you know. You go through certain struggles or through certain things that you don't want your family to go through. And if you could avoid it, you could avoid it. You know, try to help your family avoid it.
Were you making music at this time?
You know what? I wasn't making music. Like I was making music, but nothing serious. You know, like I was fucking around and shit. That's when I first like said, "Fuck it." I'm down to rap. I want to make music. Start fucking around, freestyling and shit. But I wasn't thinking like, "Oh, I'm gonna put some music out and this and that." I was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do." You know, I'm just fucking around. Just fucking around.
Now, as you're growing up, man, you're going through a lot of different things. Your brother's in prison. He wants better for you. How did your mom react when she found out that you were involved in the streets?
You know, she 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 been through a lot, you know. So she growing up and having to raise my brother, she knows what time it is. But she was disappointed. Just she just wants, like any mother wants the best for their kids, and it's not the best. It's not the best thing, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're rapping, you graduate high school and you get out of camp. What do you do with yourself at this point?
Yeah. So So I graduated high school. I got out of camp. I had my first daughter. I wasn't rapping at that time, but yeah, like I'm writing raps, but I'm not rapping and shit. Like I'm not making no money off of rap or nothing. It's just I'm just a regular person trying to write music and stuff. But so I come home and my thing is like, oh, I need to make money to provide for my kids. So start working like 9 to 5s and stuff, different jobs. But it wasn't working for me. I couldn't stay consistent. But that was the goal, just like make money.
What kind of jobs did you have?
I had like shit, man. I had any job they could hire me, like warehouse job. I was a cook at one point. I was doing all types of shit, anything you can imagine.
And you finally just you didn't want to do it no more?
Yeah, I said, yeah. Like, I remember I was working at Habit Grill before I quit. Well, when I was like, I started making music, but I was like, man, fuck this shit. Like, I quit. Like I'm just do whatever I do to make my money. But I'm not gonna do this shit no more.
So
Like,
you knew. You was like, I gotta figure something.
yeah, I gotta figure something out, but I'm not gonna do this shit. I was like, fuck this shit. I'd rather rob somebody or something. I'm not doing this shit. But you know what I'm saying? I was just out the mindset, like, get it by any means. Like, fuck this. I'm not doing this. You know what I'm saying? I just got fed up. Sometimes you just have points like that. You get fed up with certain things, so you just snap. I was like, fuck this. I quit my job, bounced out. And then ever since then, I ain't never, like, I made it happen somehow. I never went back to working, though.
All right. And growing up in the streets, man, you go through a lot of different ups and downs. And, what do you think was one of the most, toughest things you went through being in the streets?
Um, Shit. Well, just gang banging in the streets. That's probably some of the toughest shit you could go through. Like, I got a lot of homies that died and shit coming up. So it's like shit. For us to still be alive, we winning. We made it. Like that's pretty tough right there. I'm 25 years old. I feel like I made it. Like what? 25 years old. I got a lot of homies that didn't make it past like shit, 20 years old, 21 years old, you know what I'm saying? I got home, you get what I'm saying? Got a lot of younger homies that died, and so it's just like, yeah, that's the toughest shit you could go through right there. Just the street life, the streets.
Is there any specific situation that might have had a change on you the most?
No, that they were all pretty like, when you lose somebody, it's gonna impact you like, so like it's gonna impact you a lot, most like it's all the same impact when I lose a loved one or a good friend. It's just like like you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen in life. The certain lifestyle that you live. So you need to make every day count. You need to try to put in as much as work as you can. So like that's the impact it kind of gave me. Like like just try to do as much as you can. You get what I'm saying? Like but it hurts. It hurts losing loved ones, but life goes on, and you learn. You live a certain lifestyle. To every action is a reaction, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, man. I interview a lot of dudes out of Chicago, and they have it's pretty bad out there, and they always like say that they feel numb to it, because they go through so much death, man. That
Yeah,
it's just it has like a big change on them,
yeah,
Um, at first it used to hurt, to the point where it bring you down to tears, and you're sad, and depending on how they died, depending on how you can react. Sometimes you'll lose somebody and they'll die in a way you don't even have nobody to retaliate or nobody to look, oh, they did this. It might be a car accident or, bad health or anything. So, after a while, that shit just turned, it don't hurt no more. It's just like a normal thing. Oh, somebody died, yeah, they died. The crying and shit, that part, I'm past that now.
Did you experience anything like that?
No, I'll be honest with you. Like I could hear like, oh, something happened, and it's gonna be like, like yeah, it's gonna be like almost emotionless, you know, like you done been through so much and hurt like so many people or so many loved ones, you done lost so many loved ones that you know you hear stuff and sometimes it don't even phase you no more. Like what? Like damn, that's a trip. But it's not like you get what I'm saying. Like it's just like that. So you feel numb to this shit and it's sad because that's how you become. But you know.
Yeah, no, it's you know, the PTSD.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of rappers.
Yeah,
I mean, not even just rappers, just
yeah, that shit's real. Yeah.
you know,
Shit's
people
real.
in the streets, man. You know, you go through this, you go through that, you see this, you see that. You know, and it's like that shit starts to fucking take an effect on your brain.
Yeah.
You know. So at one point you start taking rap serious.
So like it was like what 2018. I was in county jail for a little bit. So I had dropped a song before I got busted and it was doing pretty well. So what I decided to do was drop a project when I got out the county. So that's what I did and you know the project did well. So that's what kind of like told me like, oh yeah, just let's just keep the ball rolling, keep rapping, you know, because we're getting good results and that's what really kind of got me going in 2018. When I got out of jail, I just started dropping music.
I interviewed Little Weirdo out of San Diego, and when I asked him, you know, what were his influences coming up, most of his influence were like dudes from San Diego. Who were some artists you looked up to?
San Diego artists. Mitchy Slick, J.O. Felony, Big June, Black Mikey, fucking, man, who else? Motherfucking Isai Uno, Damu, like fucking Lil One, Shadow, motherfuckers. Like I grew up off the San Diego shit, you know what I mean? Like people be like, oh he like he rap like he kind of sound a little different, you know what I mean? Like a little different. That's cause I be trying to get this. I be doing this Dago shit like.
Who were some of your influences that you know you kind of might have studied or you know looked up to?
You know, for sure one of my biggest influences was Nipsey Hussle. Other than that, I always see people like, you know what I'm saying, like, for example, like, you see people like Lil Wayne, like Birdman, and the way they run their label, the way they doing things, and just bossed up. Or people like Gucci, you see people like, you know, you just see people doing their stuff, and that shit influenced you a lot too. So, you know, that shit, it makes me like, okay, like, you know, that's their mindset. That's what they thinking. Like, go hard, you know, and just, you know.
So that kind of like
shit like that too.
The bigger dudes doing it big.
Yeah, exactly. Like shit, even people like people like Rick Ross. Yeah, that's an influence right there too. Yeah, that's like people that influenced me. Like that stuff that I listened to growing up, a little bit. You know.
Okay.
And too many other motherfuckers.
You know, we talked about this real quick when you came in. You know, last time we did an interview, we kind of got harassed by the police a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You know, I interviewed Trouble Kid out of Oxnard.
Yeah.
And you know, he was telling me about a situation he had with the police where, you know, they like, you know, dragged his face on the ground and, you know, fucked him up. You know,
my boy, man.
Yeah.
I was actually in IE, and I got locked up over there in San Bernardino. Yeah, fucking, they had handcuffed me, but it was my fault. They had handcuffed me, and right when they turned, I started running and shit. I started running with the handcuffs on. That shit was stupid as fuck. I started running and shit, but that motherfucker caught up to me and tackled me and shit. And like my face, like I couldn't like put my hands like that, you know. So my face went like on the pavement, like how do you say it, like
Scraped?
Yeah, it scraped the pavement hella hard, and I was all like bloody and shit.
Yeah. What do you think was like your worst experience?
Oh man, I got beat up by the police too for resisting arrest before. But yeah, I got beat up, pepper sprayed, all types of shit. But yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty like one of my worst experiences. Like I wouldn't want to go through it again. Yeah, that shit bad. Like fuck my arm up, all that type of shit.
Yeah. I mean, they did just convict the guy that killed George Floyd. I
Yeah,
think I think you were in jail when they convicted him.
yeah. I
But
was watching it, Court TV.
okay, I'm sure that they were happy in there.
Yeah. Some people were happy. People
Yeah,
were happy.
yeah, definitely, man. One thing that I see about you all the time is you're always helping out street vendors. I think you've been on the news a time or two for helping out.
Yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Um. Yeah, we always try to help. We always try to help out people who who need help. Whether it's street vendors or whether it's the homeless or just anybody in need of assistance. We just try to help out and try to give back as much as possible. Because it's always good to give back and I'm pretty sure everybody had a point in their life where they need some type of help. So stuff like that.
Yeah. It's just really sad to see street vendors going through that. Hardworking
Yeah,
people.
for sure.
Hopefully it'll stop. I don't know if it's slowed down or not. It seems like it might have slowed down. I haven't seen quite as many videos, but that doesn't really mean that just because
Yeah,
nobody's caught it on video, that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
yeah,
But man, I think that's dope, man. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
When I see you doing something like that, man,
Hell yeah.
that's what's up, man. Good shit, man.
So
How much did you raise for the one? I think you raised money for one lady. You had a GoFundMe.
well,
I think.
for the first GoFund that we did, and I didn't do it directly, but somebody did it. I just promoted it, and since I had one of the biggest platforms promoting it, it went viral. We made like I think like $10,000 for the lady, 10,000 off the first GoFund.
Man,
Yeah,
that's what's up.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
for sure.
man. Get her a new cart and food
Something, yeah, whatever it is that she needed.
Yeah, man, that's dope shit, man. Well, man, another thing that I noticed about you, man, is when you were locked up this last time, you were able to keep things going. You dropped a few music videos, some features that you had in the works.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I could have dropped a little more music, but I didn't have too much control over things, so I just decided to wait. But I had a few music videos ready, and we had a couple things in motion, so we just went ahead and followed through on that. So yeah, I was able to control that. Like okay, let's go ahead and drop some music videos while I'm in here.
Keep your name going.
Yeah,
Keep it out there.
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
You got some new stuff you're working on?
Yeah, I'm working on some new stuff, man. For sure, some dope stuff.
You worked with Inhale.
Yeah, I worked with Inhale.
I interviewed Inhale. When you were locked up, I interviewed him probably like about I'm gonna guess like 3 months ago or something.
Okay.
We talked about his dad and how losing his dad and everything. Do you think there'd be any change in hip hop if your dad was still here?
Yeah, most definitely. I think a lot of people wouldn't have got far with a lot of shit. I think a lot of people just cut the corner, and now that shit is like, it's like it means some value to hip hop. But when you put some Nate Dogg on, it's like, man, like nobody can really fuck with this shit, till this day. And I come close, but nobody really can fuck with it. So I think if he was here today, a lot of people wouldn't even be around, like a lot of people.
What was it like working with him?
It just like makes you feel like you're having a flashback. It makes you feel like you in the '90s or something. You working with his dad straight up, because he's so much like his pops, So it's pretty cool, and Nate Dogg That's one of my favorite artists. You know, rest in peace. So it just feels good, knowing that we out here, we working with his son, and his son putting it down for his pops, you know, right, you know, so it feels dope, you know, dope experience.
Yeah, you guys got anything you're working on new?
You know what, we got like a record or two in the cut, and you know, that's he's good people. That's a good friend of mine. So, you know, it's nothing. He's just phone call away. What's up, man? Pull up to the lab and we cook. You know, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, man. He was a real cool dude, man. You know, I went out to his spot. You know, it was cool. It was dope, man. Dope interview. You know, speaking of Nipsey, you mentioned Nipsey yesterday, man. Nipsey earlier.
Yeah.
He's getting a star
That's dope.
on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
He deserves that. For sure. It's about time.
Yeah, man. I thought that was pretty dope, you know.
No, you gotta hit that. Yeah.
For everything, man.
I've heard people say his death was bigger than Michael Jackson's. Something like that. Like, you know, like the funeral. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. So that's big. You know, that's big.
Yeah, man. It was huge, man. You know, it was good to see everybody come out. A lot of people came together.
Yeah.
You know, it was good, man. It was big. You know, one of the comments I seen last time we did an interview was they always commented about the tattoos on your face.
Yeah.
What was the first, you know, tattoo you got on your face?
First one I got on the face. Damn, I don't even remember. I think it was a progress on it right here. If it is right there, I'm not sure.
And then you just, what do they? Do any of them have any special meanings?
They all mean something. Yeah, they all mean something for something specific.
Anything you can talk about?
Yeah, well, yeah, like I got my baby mama's lips right here at the top. You know what I'm saying? I got my area code at the bottom. And I got my baby mama's name right there too. It's kind of small. I got the ES and the P right there. It's my neighborhood right there, and I got the rest in peace Grimy somewhere up top.
Is that your so rest in peace Grimy?
Rest in peace Grimy. That was a homeboy from my neighborhood. One of my little homies.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys were. I take it you guys were you really tight.
Yeah, he was a good homie, man. He was a real good homie, real supportive on the music stuff. So yeah, he had a big impact. You know what I'm saying? Big impact on everything we do.
You named your label after him.
Yeah, we named our label after him because we felt like we wanted to give like a tribute to the homie. So that was a decision we made and we followed through and you know, like now it's pretty big. Pretty big.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's dope shit.
Hell yeah.
I seen an interview with Boosie recently, and he was talking about face tattoos, and he was saying that, you know, the reason why he doesn't get them is because he's seen judges treat people with face tattoos differently. Have you seen anything like that?
To be honest, you know what? Like obviously they're gonna look at you different and they're gonna judge you different, you know. But you know, like it is what it is, you know. It is what it is, you know. You want the attention. You put ink on your face, that's more attention. So it's like you gonna get that attention. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, he has a point, but it is what it is though. Like, and Boozy, man, he rich and he ain't committed no crimes, man. He should tie his face up, man. He be all right. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, you know, man, you're one of the more controversial rappers over here, man.
Man.
You know, our last interview, we talked about Mexicans using the N-word, and a lot of people were offended by your answer, and you know, I posted it on some Instagram. I had it posted on some Instagram pages, and you know, I really didn't really have any idea that it would have that kind of reaction.
Yeah, people are gonna talk however they want to talk, and they're gonna express themselves how really feel. You know, I understand that you know certain people, you know, don't respect that or frown upon it. But at the end of the day, you know, it's 2020, so you know the trends are different. People are in a whole another time zone. So I'm not even 10 years ago. I would have been like, oh yeah, no, yeah, that's for sure. That's a no. Now it's like, hey man, you got motherfuckers painting their hair different colors. You got motherfuckers doing all types of off-brand shit. The homie says, nigga or something. Hey, it's not a big deal.
And so I just was wondering, how do you feel about it now?
You know, well, I still feel the same about it, but you know what? I feel like, you know, it just depends on the people who you're around. That's it. You know, that's it. If you're around like older homies, old school homies and stuff, they don't want to hear that shit. But if you're around a bunch of youngsters, they don't know better. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know, me personally, you know, I don't give a fuck. You know, but if I'm around older homies, I'm not gonna say that shit.
Okay, for sure, man. Were you surprised at the reaction that it got last time?
Nah, well, I know people always tripping and shit off like they finding reasons to like to just poke at shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they finding reasons to like be controversial about something like. But you know, it is what it is. I don't let nobody influence me or my decision. You know what I'm saying? Other my thinking. So it is what it is. I'm not tripping on the feedback because that's how I feel. That's what I believe. That's how I raise the people I'm around. You know.
Okay, for sure. You know, I think you also touched on Peso calling himself the hardest essay. You know. You don't want to talk about that? We don't have to talk about that. We can skip that.
Nah, man, nah. Well, shit. Nah, well, he does it for marketing. He does it for marketing. That's it. He damn sure knows he's not even an essay. He knows he's not an essay. Real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, I just recently seen an interview with him.
Yeah.
And you know, he was just like, you know, he fucks with the homies, the Southerners and all that.
He
you know.
The Peso. Nah, yeah, he's funny. He's cool, man. Nah, but that's all marketing and stuff, and you know, like to each his own. But yeah, he you know, I see him like a troll, you know, like a troll. But shit, it is what it is.
Okay.
You know, and I really know the reason I say that because I'm from out here, from LA. You know, I'm from the city, from Paramount, and it's different out here. It's just different. You know, all the homies. You know, the essay is different. You know, that's it. The essays is different out here.
It's definitely different, man. You know, I had no idea that in Texas that's just, they just call, you know, if you're Mexican.
That's their lingo. That's the way they talk. I understand that now, you know, but you know, it's different. It's different out here.
Yeah. Over here it's you know, like you said, it's different, man. And you know, I just wonder if it's, you know, how far that spread, because I think even in other areas of the country, you know, it's kind of like that also.
Yeah.
You know, that essay, it doesn't have that specific meaning. It just means Mexican. To most people, they just, oh, that's my essay right there, you know?
Yeah.
Which is, you know, I don't. It just seems, it's a little off for, you know what I'm saying, not knowing and not seeing, you know, not to like, I'm not, you know, dissing nobody or nothing like that, you know, I'm just,
you
know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, you know, man, I'm glad you're back out, doing
your
your thing. You know, little trip, not too bad. You know, I mean, I see when you got arrested, you know, we didn't really know what you was busted for, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, I had a gun in the car.
You got a what?
I had a gun in the car.
Oh, you got a gun case?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was my second one. Yeah, but I'm good now. We're good now.
Yeah, man. Which, you know, hope you stay out of trouble.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Looking forward to more music.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, man. I know you're gonna be grinding.
No, yeah, I'm back on my shit.
You know, that's what's up, man. You know, man, hey, dope interview, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I wish you success, dog.
Appreciate you.
For sure.